It's just an online group. People like to post problems, talk about things. Because I knew I was going to be talking about stuff like this today, I thought to ask the group what their view on the link between mental health and creativity is. And someone posted, creativity is the barrier of tension that sits between chaos and order. And it got me thinking about paranoia or delusional behaviour or manic behaviour or something, sort of being creativity but without rationality to accompany it. And that's even another reason why I use the term like harnessing creativity rather than taking creativity or using it, because it is about sort of applying it with that level of rationality to sort of say, you know what, this is something creative and I can create a character here. He will have to have these thought processes in order to write that. But then, is that who he is as a person? You can't say he's an evil person for creating a character who enslaves an author. Yeah, exactly.
He does all them different voices, so he has to channel all those different characters.
Yeah.
Call him crazy but a genius but all this stuff, but it's like he's still a person but he has them, he can channel those characters.
Figuring out what kind of works for you. I think I'm still like experimenting with it. It also kind of depends on like what mood I'm in.
Once you've sort of perfected that area anyway, then you're going to keep experimenting to the next stages, and you're always going to be in that, is this going to work or is this not going to work? But that's what makes an artist as well.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not the type of person that can be like, I'm really, really upset right now, I'm going to sit and write. Like a lot of people are like, you use that emotion, like if you're sad, like, write about it, write about what you're feeling. What I've realised is that like, I have to live the emotion, live the experience, come back to normal, and then I can write about it. Yeah. I don't know, so far I'm the only person that I've heard does this, but I haven't had this conversation with a lot of artists.
I have a different perspective if I write to it afterwards. I kind of don't really write it in hindsight. I write it too positive then, and sometimes I want to make it moody. I want it to have that kind of essence in it.
But then, I guess like with like Home You Love Best Friend, that was after. That was like a whole 2 years after. As well for me, like I have other outlets for my moods, for my sadness, for my happiness, whatever it is. Like,
what would you say? Like going out?
I don't know, I think like just for me, I like as chatty as I can be. I do sometimes like, if I'm in that kind of a place where I'm like, right, I'm low and I need to get myself out of it. Sometimes I like to just sit there in the dark. I like to just sit there in the dark. I think like I was saying, it's not that music isn't a way of expressing myself. Of course it is, my way of expressing myself. But I have to get out of my feelings. Even if that's me, I'm so happy, like, oh, I'm in love. Like, I can't be like thinking about that in that moment when I'm writing, because I find it so difficult. And me as a singer, I can't sit there and constantly write about some cheesy shit, like whether that's I'm so sad, you've broken my heart, what am I gonna do, or oh my god, I'm so in love and I can't see anything else but you. Like, I can't constantly keep writing in that way. So when I'm out of it, I can look at the situation in such a different way, where I can sit there and use a whole different metaphor to describe that situation.
By expressing this, I think that sort of answered the question as to why I've written so many pages just to make up one song recently. It's like I've written like 12 songs on one subject, and it's just one after the other. Because I suppose I never used to be able to express myself in those moments as well, and then I'd sort of create the metaphors and things afterwards in hindsight, like you said. But I think now doing that or getting into the rhythm of doing it so often, or feeling like that's my outlet, I want to sort of, I feel recently I've been holding on to emotions. I've been holding on to them so that I can write about them. Or it's like this is a feeling I've got right now. It's like, okay, here's a feeling. Now I know that I can clear this feeling with half an hour's worth of meditation, but I don't have a chord progression. So I need to get a chord progression, I need to write a song, I need to record this song, I need to get this song done, and then I'll do some meditation. And then by then I don't even need to as well sometimes. I suppose when I smoke that helps. And then and then I write about it. I can write about it. That brings me out of the mood. And I used to get a lot of problems there if I was gonna produce the instrumental and then have to write the lyrics over the top of it. If I produce the instrumental, then the mood is already gone, and then I can't write lyrics to that mood anymore because I'm now in a different
space.
But yeah, it's hard to pinpoint whether I'm in it or out.
The thing to me that I always kind of found hard was to like find a balance in, this is what I actually have to do to survive because right now my creative passion is not necessarily going to pay my way into whatever future I'm trying to be at. Pretty much for all my life I've always done 9 to 5. Do I have a session straight after work? Okay, that's only maybe like 3, pushing it 4 hours before I'm like, I'm tired, I need to go home because I need to sleep and get up for work the next day. Saturday, Sunday comes and it's like, am I going to spend my weekends constantly just doing music, or I'm going to do something and enjoy myself? But anytime I kind of like disappeared from the music scene, I felt burnt out. I was trying to do something so much that it almost like felt like music became like a chore to me. All my spare time I have to do this, otherwise I'm not gonna blow, like, or I'm not gonna get to where I want to go, like. And it became such a chore that I wasn't doing it because I enjoy what I'm making right now, or I'm enjoying this process. Again, maybe those pressures was something that I created in my mind, like, oh look, that person released a tune, oh look, that person's dropped another EP for the 3rd time this year, like, and I haven't even dropped a single, like, whatever it is, like, I'd sit there and compare or put this pressure on myself of, okay, well I've released a single now, everyone's going to expect this EP to come out, and like things like that, my mental health would slowly start to break down because, you know, it's like I'm putting all these perceived pressures onto myself and feeling really crap about myself, and then I don't want to know anything. I don't want to go to this gig because I'm going to feel shit because the person on stage sounds fantastic, even though it's not my gig, I'm not even on the lineup. Yeah. That's how bad it got sometimes, where I'll be like, I don't want to go out because that girl that's on the stage sounds so good and I don't sound like that, or she looks like she's so sure of herself when it comes to music and what she wants to do, and I'm not there. So like literally there were points where I'd be like, actually my creative stuff is the thing that's causing my mental health to break down. So rather than the opposite, which is what a lot of people think is like what I was saying to you, you know, creativity is an expression, like music is an expression. Actually sometimes for me it's the complete opposite, like that's the cause of me feeling as low as I am, because maybe you're right in terms of saying like, maybe that's my line of, is this becoming irrational now? Is this becoming something where, okay, you're going a bit too far with it, like the level of creativity. Maybe I want to be in it so much and I want to push it so much that it starts getting to that point of your emotions, your behaviour, it becomes irrational. You have your cognitive thought is irrational. You have negative cognitive thought.
They don't like it, there's nothing to do with that. They can say, oh, you could have spent a little bit longer and adjusted that reverb a little bit, and I don't need to. That was exactly how I felt at the time. That's what I had the time for. As soon as the emotion faded from that point, I stopped working on it, and that was the finished piece. So that's all it is.
And speaking of work as well, because you like your work field is psychology, how does that help you understand your creativity?
It doesn't. I think it's very normal when people find out that like my background is psychology and counselling and mental health. Like people go, oh, so you must be really with it. You must really get yourself. And I'm like, no. It's the complete opposite, because it's like what you're saying. It's very easy to give advice than to take it. And I mean, my job is not to give advice anyway. With the particular people that I was working with at the time in the hospital, like the wards that I was on, those people didn't want to communicate verbally, or couldn't. They physically couldn't, you know, whether that's because of the amount of medication they're on, or whether that's because they're in they're going for a psychotic episode, and vocalising is not what comes out in some people's psychotic episodes. Doing things physically, whether that's through touch, smell, creating something, that was like a way to kind of bring people's moods down, kind of like chill them out. It just depends on what works for you. You might frustrate someone else and be like, oh, this is so annoying because I can't do it. Or someone might find so much joy and pleasure in the fact that they're having to really, really focus on doing this thing, because that kind of like zones you out
I find
and
I
like
get
blocks
like
everything
when
else out.
people do maths for fun, I say like, how can you do
Like
maths for fun?
I love Sudokus. I love sitting there doing Sudokus. Like if like sometimes the pleasure is in all that focus and then coming knowing that I'm gonna figure this out and I'm gonna get it right, and then it's gonna look fantastic at the end of it. All the boxes are filled out. It's almost like a weird OCD thing as well. Like it's gonna look perfect when every single one of these boxes are filled out.
Of this information, and because it's an overload and no one else knows, other people around them don't necessarily experience the same things, then they sort of don't know how to deal with it, how to filter it through their mind and stuff. It becomes overwhelming, and from it becoming overwhelming, that's when they sort of exhibit these symptoms that we would see as poor mental health or problems. Understood that kind of creativity and just sort of just tried to just palm me off into a like, here, take this medication and take that medication. A lot of it suppresses these energies, and then they say these energies are now trying to fight harder to sort of contact you because you are the ones who can channel them, so they know that you can channel them, and that's why these energies come to you.
Which is like why when people on medication and then they come off and then they're like episodes or whatever are stronger.
Because they have to deal with emotions to get through it. You're not going to deal with your emotions if you're just taking a pill to stop your emotions.